Instagram is testing, yes, alerts in the US, Canada, UK, and Australia if teens search for self harm content. Parents may be notified on one hand, safety, and on the other, privacy. So, is this prevention or surveillance?
I'm liking this here. I really do because I explained this a lot on other platforms that our teens, our children, they are in so danger. Like especially in today's society, with social media, with the phones. I just
Social media really hits you.
it's the worst. It's the worst ever in this world, especially for our kids growing up. And I can't understand parents out there. I just had to speak on this for just a moment. I can't understand parents out there who gives their child phones early on, like when they're 3, 4, 5. Like, what? That makes no sense to me.
I mean, they can learn, but not with a phone.
Right. Because you're trying to shut them up by handing them that. No, you need to, and I'm not saying that all parents are not doing this. I know some parents out there, who give them, who give phones to their children at that age, and they're actually disciplining their children, right? But I'm talking about the ones out there who just do not. They just hand phones to their children, and that's it. They don't discipline. They don't do nothing. I'm talking to the parents out there. Get your butt up and start parenting. And I feel like this right here, Instagram, yes. They're not just only doing this here. They're doing it in Canada, UK, Australia. If they see teens searching, they want to hurt themselves. It will notify their parents because how we had these young people, in the past, killing themselves, right? And the parents had no idea what was happening with their child because the child didn't speak to their parents about this, or the parents didn't check up on their child. See, we have to start by talking to our children, parents. I'm not trying to be long with this because I want to hear your thoughts on this tonight, but it starts at home. It starts at home. Exactly. We have to start talking to our children, not just saying, just a simple thing. How's your day at school? How's your day at school today? Dig in more with that. It can't just be that and then the child goes on and you start making supper. No, sit down at the kitchen table and stuff. I'm not trying to be long to my butt. Let me hear from you thoughts about this because
I'm just all over the place. Like you said, it starts at home, and I say that a lot because how the child acts is coming from home. It's something that the parents are not doing right. See, this is what kills me. Parents are not acting like parents. They're not being their role. Their role is to be a parent.
Be serious, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but we had this conversation on the show before. You talk about this, but keep going.
And then for the child is to be a child. So parents, just wake up, please, because y'all the adult here. You are the adult. You're supposed to be. You're supposed to listen to your child. If your child is saying, "Mom or Dad, I didn't have a good day at school because blah 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 blah," open up your ears because they're telling you something. They're saying, "Guys, I didn't have a good day because such and such." You have to wake up. You have to open your eyes. You have to open up your ears and listen because you never know what your child is going through. That's all I have to say. But this honestly, this is ridiculous how now today's society is just crazy. And it's absolutely crazy.
And it's also sad of how social media, how Instagram and probably other platforms, have been stepping up to the plate and trying to find ways of how to protect our children. That's so sad that these apps have
social media.
Then also there's some bad sides to it, but how Instagram is stepping up and trying to do this. to help parents out there.
Because the parents are too lazy to, just being with their child or children.
It's so ridiculous. Now, these are just, some parents out there, because there are some wonderful, great parents out there who are actually doing the work every day, disciplining their child, doing this or that. I give kudos, to our mom, because she has been like that. She wasn't like, because she was very strict onto us, and she still is today. Even though, we're adults, she's still very strict on us today, because look at us. Now, we could have been something totally different than mine. Let's speak on that for a second. We could have been something, because I actually did this in one of our prayers at church, that we could be out onto the streets tonight doing bad things. But we was raised right?
Exactly.
We grew up in the church.
Exactly.
Now, I'm going to just say this right here. Yes, I know, when we was little, they took us to church, but, as we got, a little older, we wanted to, because we wanted to establish a relationship with Jesus.
Say that.
Nobody being pressures of, you need to know. No.
We decided, we made that choice.
Exactly.
Continuing.
Exactly.
To go to church.
Exactly. And, as we was, when we was little, we continuing with that. And look at how we are today. Because we was raised right.
Yes.
We know right from wrong.
Yes.
Our manners.
Yes.
Proper talk.
Yes.
And these kids talking slang, talking garbage mats.
Cursing, just
cursing. We could talk about that on a different show. We wanted to inform you guys onto that.
Yes.
So we want to inform you guys onto that. So let us know. Is this a helpful feature or a slippery slope? And let's chime in. All right. Is it ever okay to tell your friend's secret? Some people disguise gossip as concern.
Exactly. If it's not your story, it is not your platform.
That's it. So the real, I love that. Do you have some? Roll that back up, please, so that I can read that again. Say it again in the bio.
It is not your story. It is not your platform.
So the real,
Oh, I was gonna say, if it doesn't concern you, keep your mouth shut.
Bingo. That's right. So real question, are you protecting or exposing? And would you be okay if someone did it to you? So how would you react to this if someone did this to you? Expose your secret. Well, if your friend, expose your secret.
I would be highly upset, because that secret was meant for you and I, not you and I plus 10 other people. So if I tell you it is a secret, keep it just between you and me, then it should stay between you and me. But if you want to be the fake friend, let me not quote that. If you want to be the fake friend and go tell 10, 20, 50 other people my secret, my privacy, then I look at you in a whole different way now, because
fascinating.
You're supposed to be my friend. I was supposed to rely on you. I was supposed to trust you. But since you want to flip the script and do something that I specifically told you not to do, then our friendship is in jeopardy.
I heard
It's
that.
in jeopardy.
I heard you. Because yeah. Secrets. It says it. Secrets, which means it should be kept close. Like if I tell Damian secret, she better not tell nobody. Right?
Right.
Because I expressed it out to you. And it's your job to keep it close, because it's between us two. Nobody else does not need to know that, right?
Exactly.
And yeah, just like you said, there are fake friends out there. Like, what is the real let's be honest, what is the real definition of a best friend? Because best friends do not do that. Like, I'm best friends with Flyer and Prince TJ. I don't do that to them. They don't do that to me. Because we have established our friendship from the start. There are some things that they know about me that only they know. There are some things I know about them that I know, and I'm not exposing that to anybody unless they tell me to, and vice versa. But secrets are secrets for a reason. That's why you can't trust people. Well, some people, not because there are some genuine good people like us that you can trust, but there's a lot of people out there you just can't, because we talked about this on the show before. Your business out there onto the streets. I'm like, how did you know that? People these days. So beautiful people, we want your thoughts. Share on our socials